Orale, Cholo Trucker Wrestling Rehab. Shouts to all the junkies out there. Okay, man, I just want to give my quick little thoughts on this. Because The Rock, I'm telling you guys, man, John Cena said that he's going to ruin wrestling for all of us, right? For all the fans. He's going to ruin wrestling. Honestly, I see The Rock doing that. Honestly, I think it's The Rock that's doing it because this guy inserted himself in a storyline with no payoff at all. I was one of the guys where I was like, I want to see Rock versus Roman. And in a way, I still do. I still think that's a match that needs to happen at some point. And I was really wanting that match to happen. And I thought, hey, you know what? Having Cody Rhodes win the Royal Rumble last year was not the way to go for Cody to come out and say, like, oh, I'm still gonna go after the championship, just not at WrestleMania. I was like, what the heck is all this? Like, everything just like, what the hell is going on? Like, good gosh, man. So, The Rock becomes the final boss, right? At the same time as he's the final boss, he wants to be breaking down the fourth wall, man, and showing everybody, breaking kayfabe and all that. And he's the one ruining wrestling. For him to come on the Pat McAfee show and give the explanation on, hey, the final boss's job is done. How the heck so? How so? Hey, it should have been about John. I wanted all the focus to be on about John. Have you noticed, Rock? Has The Rock noticed that the focus is not about John? The focus is about him and his absence in all of this. Has anybody noticed that The Rock's explanation is he wants the focus to be about John, to be on John and him winning 17 and it should be about John and Cody. Yet the focus is not on John and Cody, it's on him. Because him not being there actually put him more in the spotlight. Had he been there, he wouldn't have been on the spotlight as much as he is right now. Because right now, everybody is focused on him and not on Cody, not on John Cena, at least not as much. It is ridiculous, man. You insert yourself. So Ariel Emanuel hits you up and says that ticket sales are a little soft, Elimination Chamber, and we need you there. He doesn't need to insert himself into the storyline. Now, in a way, he was already kind of in the storyline with Cody Rhodes. I get that. I understand that, going all the way back to when they exchanged belts and the fans are cheering or chanting, this is awkward, which it kind of was. The whole thing about, hey, I want your soul. I want you to be my champion. Whatever the heck that even means, I still don't know what that means. And I have not ran into anybody who can specifically tell me what that meant. I want your soul. What the heck? What is he, Papa Shango? I want your soul. What the hell does that mean? I want you to be my champion. Like what? But anyway, all right. Okay. He inserted himself that way. He didn't have to do it. Like I said, he was already somewhat connected into Cody, the storyline with Cody to a certain degree. But he could have just shown up at Elimination Chamber. He could have just rock bottom Grayson Waller or something to cut a little promo. But he puts himself into the biggest storyline going into WrestleMania. And then he just leaves. No payout. The final boss's job is done. Rock, you're the one that gave John Cena the order. You're the one in the ring that gave John Cena the order to turn on Cody Rhodes. Because up until that point, you didn't know if Cody was going to sell his soul to you or give his soul to you, whatever the heck that means, or not. You didn't know. You were out there to find out. Cody, what's your decision? Now, just like every good villain, you had a backup plan. And that was John Cena. You gave the cutthroat for John Cena. Okay, take care of him. And now it's, hey, you know what? I want the spotlight to be on John and Cody. Well, it's not. It's not. You not being at Mania put the spotlight on you more than if you were at Mania. So I'm not upset. Look, I was at WrestleMania. I was at SmackDown. I was at the Hall of Fame. I had a great time. I had a blast, man. And seeing John Cena win number 17, at least being there in the stadium, in Allegiant Stadium, it was cool, man. It was a blast. You know, witnessing history, I could say I was there, okay? Going back and watching it, rewatching it on television, at least the ending, I'm like, good gosh, man. Now I know why people are complaining so much. Because at least being there, and I can't speak for everybody that was there, the energy was up. And yeah, there was like this wait, like, hold on, everybody, wait, let's just wait. The Rock is going to come out. The Rock is going to come out. And everybody was just waiting, and he never came out. But, I mean, the beers were flowing and everybody was excited to witness history that nobody really, at least to the best of my knowledge, really grasped on like how much this was a failure. And it was like, okay, when's The Rock coming out? And then once I got outside the stadium, once I got out, then everybody was talking about, hey, what's up with The Rock? That's when the whole conversation started, like, hey, where's he at? What happened, man? Like, what's going on? And Travis Scott going out there, to me, was like, I get it. Cody came out and had said that he owes Travis Scott a receipt. Okay. All right. John Cena winning 17, I'm all for it. I am all for John Cena winning number 17. 100%. I wanted him to get number 17 and break the record. Okay? I don't have an issue with that. But if Rock was not going to be part of this story, why would he make himself part of this story? And if he's not going to be part of the ending? Now, he said we can always come back to it. Okay. This was WrestleMania. This was Mania. He didn't even have to do anything. He didn't even have to go down to the ring, honestly. He could have just been up on the stage. As Cena is going back, he could have just came out, shook Cena's hand, and just kind of look around. Like, at least something. Because this makes absolutely no sense. Why insert yourself into this storyline? Cena could have turned heel on his own. He could have either turned heel at Elimination Chamber, at the end, winning it, right? Cody Rhodes could have came out to the ring and congratulated Cena, and right there Cena could have kicked him in the balls. Why would he do that? I don't know. But he could have done that, right? And that would have been the build to WrestleMania, right? Because I don't know if you really want to build two super duper baby facey goody two shoe guys, right? You could have done that. Or you could have just kept them babyface and he could have turned heel at WrestleMania. That would have been a heck of a lot bigger moment if at WrestleMania John Cena turns heel by cheating to win, and that's how he wins his 17th title. But all this was look, in my opinion, I don't think Triple H and The Rock get along too well. I was at the Hall of Fame. Triple H never mentioned The Rock. I don't think they get along. I think Triple H planned on having The Rock at WrestleMania, but The Rock got all up into his feelings for whatever reason and decided not to show up. I think it was part of the plan. I really believe that it was part of the plan to have The Rock at Mania. If you are going to have the Elimination Chamber go down the way it went down, how do you not have plans for The Rock to be at Mania? Your plan all along was to have Travis Scott at WrestleMania? Just him by himself alone? Good gosh, man. like I said, being there, I was, excited when John Cena won. I was, okay, and that would be that's gonna be a memory. That's I could say I was there to see, to witness that. But as soon as that came down, everybody started talking about, wait, The Rock, and people waited. We waited. I was there. I was waiting. Like, no, he's gonna come out. He's gonna come out to do whatever. He's something. So did it get a big pop when it was 1, 2, 3? Yeah, it did, and I was part of that pop. But after that, it's like, okay, just waiting. Where's he at? This story, him not being there, and him coming out on Pat McAfee, and I'm sick and tired of The Rock breaking down the fourth wall, man. I am. I'm sick and tired of. I get it, man. Kayfabe is starting to become a thing of the past. But when Elimination Chamber, when Cena turned heel, Cena goes to the post conference, grabs the mic, drops it. Good, great, loved it. When The Rock comes, and he's just like, oh, you know what? Yeah, man, we could break down the fourth wall, and then as long as you navigate through it properly, like, dog, be the final boss, homie. We just saw one of the biggest heel turns in wrestling history. Stick to it. Stick to the script, man. Yeah, I don't mind breaking down the fourth wall a little bit here and there, but stick to the script. You know who I feel bad for in all of this more than anybody else? Are the kids, actually. When I was a kid, I didn't know what a shoot was. I didn't know what a work was. I didn't know, the wrestlers in gorilla position. I didn't know what these terms were. I was a kid. To me, those guys hated each other, and they're going in there to rip each other's heads off. Now you got Triple H. You got this new show coming out. I forgot what it's called. It's like something where we're going to invite you guys into the writer's room. Like, good gosh, man. I feel bad for the kids now. I really do. Because kayfabe, that's where it was at, honestly. And yeah, we all get it's a show. I understand that. But goodness gracious, man, they're doing a little bit too damn much now. But that's a story for another day. As far as this, Rock didn't do himself any favors. I like the fact that John Cena got 17. I do. I wanted him to get 17. Right? But if you guys have not noticed, The Rock, who was my favorite wrestler back when Stone Cold and Triple H and they were all doing their thing, most people love Stone Cold. To me, I was a Rock guy. I love The Rock. Right? And I think he's ruining wrestling. I think he's doing the job, not Cena. But have you guys noticed that The Rock came out and said, I wanted the spotlight to be on John Cena and Cody Rhodes? Well, if you guys pay attention, who's the spotlight on? Because it's not on them. It's on him. It's on The Rock. What a debacle, man. What a debacle. You know what, Rock? Just leave, man. Just leave. Stay out of the ring. For him to insert himself into all this was completely ridiculous. Completely ridiculous, man. What's your guys' thoughts? Cholo Trucker Wrestling Rehab. Shouts to all the junkies. Catch you guys on next one.